Hey, guys, sorry a few minutes late. I just had to run upstairs after eating a sandwich. I thought I'd have enough time. Hello, Dominic and Edmundo. Oh yeah, I knew you'd like those runs. You kept begging me to do them. Now you can't beg me anymore. Oh, also, I want to show this off. They actually changed how the studio tab looks now. Like, this thing is up here, and then, everything else is down there along with analytics. I don't know. It technically looks cleaner, but I don't know. But anyway. Crystal. Hope y'all saw the Sire video today. And later in the month, we'll be doing Crystal with Porygon. So yeah, the two meme Pokemon on my channel. But anyway, what are we doing? Oh my goodness. Okay, this might get top first place. I'm not even kidding. This is probably one of the best Pokemon you can use in Gen 2. Psychic by level up, all the punches by TM. And they're all special. Wow, okay, this is going to be a top tier run. Plus medium slow group as well, so Confusion into Psybeam into Psychic. And then we just buy the elemental punches, and you don't really need anything else. Well, technically, I remember when Axew did Alakazam, he had Dynamic Punch for Snorlax. Without the ability to use Attract on Snorlax, it might not be top tier. We could run this thing with a lower attacking stat, so that way it'll be a female, and we could use Attract on the Snorlax. But, I don't know, maybe we should look at red ranges. No, don't use Kingler Cow for this. We're gonna use the XP router. Alright. I'm just gonna make a test route. I don't think we're gonna want a hidden power typing. I don't know. Do you guys think we should go hidden power ice? Snowy likes to run a female Alakazam for Attract. I think that might be the plan. Yeah, do you think we should go Hidden Power Ice? Or do you think Psychic... Oh, wait, no, we get Ice Punch. Duh. Never mind. Yeah, so just perfect stats with this thing. Except, let's go 3... not 3 HP. 0 attack. Yeah, 0 attack. But 15 and everything else. Oh, dang, I needed a sample route. Hold on. Alright, use the preset. Sorry, I haven't used the XP router in a while. I'm trying to get it set up for you guys. There we go. 1 attack DV, actually? Why 1? Will that affect the, Oh, it's for the HP? Oh. Alright. 1. There we go. So yeah, let's where... Alright, right here. I'm gonna put in some calcium for my vitamin of the day buy. 5 calcium. Alright. Alright, let's give this thing its moveset. I hate how the elemental punches aren't lined up. 33 Ice Punch, 41 Thunder Punch, 48 Fire Punch. It's so dumb. I was surprised they got ranked first and second. Yeah, they are super good. I remember for this year in X and Y, I've had multiple different Pokemon get first place. Like at one point, Klefki was first place. In my experience with Alexam Kadabra, I actually skipped the Game Corner Abber and used Kadabra and Alexam for my teleport user. That would mean you purposefully do not teach one of the punches. I'm gonna have to assume that'd be Thunder Punch, right? Because from my experience with the Crystal backports, Thunder Punch is only really good for the Gyarados on Lance and the Wild one. It's not really good for anything else if you have access to Ice Punch. If you have Ice Punch too, that already takes care of the flying ones. Like, that's just what I've noticed. If you get all 3 punches, usually Thunder Punch is the one you can skip. I mean, Fire Punch is needed especially for Jasmine. Like, she's like the one reason most Pokemon use Fire Punch, even if they're not special attackers. Alright, so what would be a good level? Let's just look at 65. Okay, so we outspeed everything. Psychic one-shots. And I'm assuming, let's see, it won't be Espeon. It'll probably be Snorlax second, wouldn't it? Thunder Punch is my mainstay. I had Fire Punch all the way, and after Koga, Ice Punch. You know, that might actually be better. But here's the one thing. Will Psychic be enough to one-shot Claire's Dragonairs? Actually, if I recall, the Twisted Spoon is in... Isn't the Twisted Spoon in Blackthorn from Santos? Doesn't Santos give the Twisted Spoon? Or is it Spell Tag he gives? I know one of the Day of the Week siblings gives a Twisted Spoon. Wait, no. No, that's the remakes. That's the remakes. Never mind. I guess we can just... Let's just take a look at Claire before I forget. Okay, they're... Oh my... Yeah, they're one-shots by a long mile. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it would be Snorlax second, right? Because from what I remember learning from Scott's runs, the AI, when deciding team order, always starts with the second Pokemon and then works its way down until it finds the best Pokemon. That's pretty much why almost always Venusaur is always out before Charizard. If something's weak against fire, it's because of Sunny Day. So it wouldn't be Espeon because it doesn't have a good move against it. I think it would be Snorlax, wouldn't it? I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's look at someone else's run for a reference. Let's see if Scott's actually done Kadabra. He's done Abra in Crystal. Has he done Alakazam? No, he's only done Abra. You know, it'll be a fair comparison. They're the same type. They're the same typing. I like how he named it Struggle. Like how I named mine Torture.
Times bringing Abra up to level 81. Unfortunately, with this higher level, I'm still having to gamble against the Snorlax utilizing Dynamic Punch.
Dude, come on. I want to see like the red fight in its entirety.
With Curse. It doesn't matter because Abra
Psychic is default.
having rare
Let's take a
this fight
look.
without any defensive tactics. I know, I'm not using Curse or Rest. I can utilize Psychic to one-shot the Pikachu, and then Ice Punch does like a third to
Okay,
rest on,
you're
which is
right.
really annoying. At least it does freeze, and I take no damage. Next is Snorlax. Now this thing has incredible special defense, and it also loves to set up Amnesia. However, my first Psychic does a third, and then it uses Body Slam, which by the way does massive damage. Abra survives on 21 hit points, but the physical move also paralyzes, so Snorlax moves first, and Abra gets its first reset here. I decided to level up from...
Okay. So yeah, Psychic on Snorlax does 26 to 31% damage at level 65. But I'm quite confident we'd be a higher level. Let's do 70. 30 to 36, so it would be a guaranteed 3-shot. I think for comparison's sake, Dynamic Punch on Snorlax is 25 to 30, so Psychic will actually do better. Yeah, Swagger Psych Up would be such a good strat in Gen 2 if Psych Up was available. For those wondering, the TM for Psych Up in Gen 2, you have to trade an Abra from Gen 1. I think Kadabra and Alakazam work, but I know it's Abra. Yeah, the plan would definitely have to be use Attract and just spam Psychic. But then at level 70, the Venusaur's not a guarantee, but it would probably just go for Sunny Day. That's not good enough, honestly. Wait, yeah, this is accounting for badge boosts, I'm pretty sure. But to be fair, I only did 5 calcium for my vitamin buying, which is generally an average amount. Let's see if getting a 6th will make a difference. Not really, no. 96. Okay, it's a very favorable range, though. Yeah, it's a very favorable range. And then on the Charizard, Thunder Punch should be a guaranteed 2-shot, and its worst move will do like half to me. And then Blastoise. It wouldn't do too much either, plus I'll have leftovers for the fight. Yeah, I think level 70 will be the way to go with Kadabra. Hold on. Alright, let me set our stats first. Oh, interesting. So it would still leave it at such. We're not doing Abra, actually. We're doing Kadabra. I was just looking at Scott's video to see Red's team order. But no, we legitimately rolled probably the best Gen 2 Pokemon to do in a solo. The best Kanto Pokemon to do in a Gen 2 solo run. I mean, one of the best. The true best is Alakazam, but you know what I mean. This is going to be like the most simple kind of run imaginable. Alright, got the stats. Yeah, and this will give us a female Kadabra, so we can use Attract. I should run Alexander compared to Mewtwo. I think they'd be very comparable, honestly. Enable recording. You assumed the worst. Yeah, that'd be a safe assumption. Assuming the worst is my job. Medium slow is just too good. There's a lot of reasons this thing's good. Let's think about the early sections of the game. Like, I think it'll be very safe to go for minimum battles because of how medium slow works. All right, let me just turn my controller on, open up a drink. Yeah, but the problem is with Mewtwo is a slow level up group. Oh, change my controller profile. I have two separate controller profiles. Actually, who knows? Slow level up group might actually help because that's less level up chances. Alright, let's set an over-under. Bugcatcher Benny. Yeah, I'll do Benny. I'm not going to go literally minimum battles. I think I'll do minimum-ish, minimal battles. Like, the only spinners I'll fight are the ones that give extremely good yields. Like, Benny and Bugsy's gym. Fire Breather Walt with the 2 Magmars. What's another example? Maybe the guy at the Lake of Rage with 2 Gyarados? I hate Walt. Yeah, he's burned me plenty of times, but hey, what can you do? Alright, let's start a poll. I'm going to put the over-under at 108. 108 to 110. Because right now on my leaderboard, if you all take a look, first place is a 111. I think this will beat Suicune's third run no matter what, but the question is, will it be by much? Excuse me. There's Quagsire right there. Such a difference. Like, look at this. It did so good in, Crystal, but then if we go to Heart Gold, he's all the way down here. Shows you power creep. Fight Ron? Who? Alright, let's, anything else? No, I don't think so, but I think in Azalea, I will go ahead and get the Charcoal, because I have noticed in runs where you need all 3 punches, it's always good to go back and get Charcoal, because it guarantees you'll have enough money. And right at the start, what Axew suggests is I should teach Thunder Punch and Fire Punch, so that way I can hold on to Teleport, and then I can replace Fire Punch with Ice Punch after Koga. But the question is, am I keeping am I keeping Teleport on my moveset, like, the entire game? I think I am. Because the only time I can think of getting rid of it is teaching Attract over it. The guy with the single Nidoking? Oh, there's another better guy. There's a guy inside Mount Moore with Nidoking and Queen. The guy is effectively on the main path. I will fight him. Punches are going to carry, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just going to have to remember that I don't have an Abra. Alright, let's do as good of a run as possible. So I think, at least for Faulkner, I'll go minimum battles. Okay. If you do... You know what? No, it's... Axu actually suggested we keep teleport on the moveset, so we don't have to buy an Abra, which means we don't have to go in the underground. Crazy how you get basically no moves in Gen 2 for most Pokemon, but you randomly just have all the punches. Yep. Yeah, Mount Mortar is out of the way because you can just surf across the water, but there have been runs where I needed to go through the cave, but now that you mention it, the only time I ever pass that guy is when I'm doing Lake of Rage training, so honestly, I think I will skip that guy. Yeah, but the thing is, Smash, like, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch? Okay, Ice Punch is really not that useful in the main sections. Yeah, you may think it's good for Claire, but the thing is, Stab Psychic is just 5 power weaker than Ice Punch. Not counting Price's badge boost, but Psychic already does the one-shots anyway. Like, there's really no need to have Ice Punch until the League. Then when we get into the Johto, or the Kanto section, our main punches will be Thunder and Ice, because after Koga, there is no need for Fire Punch. Yeah, level 38 is when we get Psychic. Yeah, I decided that was a tricky in-between, Dominic, because I think I can get a better time than that. Why so early today? I have some plans that were just put in place today, so I'm doing this run early, but thankfully this might be a short stream. Anyway, root files recording. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, geez. Do you know how long it's been since I've played Crystal without instant text? Oh man, this hurts. Yeah, this is going to be a god tier run. Nope. Yep. We're running 1 attack DV, 15 and everything else, even HP, so that way we have a female Kadabra, so we can use Attract for red. Okay, why did I force a habit, I guess? I don't know, maybe I should still just one-shot these guys. Yeah. Teleport is set to Cherry Grove? Thanks for telling me that. I feel like every Crystal run I see Scott do, he's running Headbutt, Dig, and Bite. I mean, I don't blame him on Headbutt. Headbutt is really good. Bite and Headbutt are similar. The main reason to have Dig in the mid-game is for Magnemites and Morty, plus the rival's Haunter. Oh, you're saying the... Yeah, not only the move pools are bad in general, but a lot of the late game movesets end up being very similar. It's kind of the reason why... Oh, wait. Wait, what? What? Smash Math, you frickin' liar. You made me start a run over. You said the teleport point is set to Cherry Grove. Teleport didn't work because there is no teleport point. But when I do get to Cherry Grove, I will step foot into the center, so that way I can save myself some encounters. Hop-Up give good XP. The problem is they're 2 shots. Plus, I don't have that thing that Scott has where he can manip out the encounters. So, whenever I encounter something, if I know I'm going to one-shot it, I may as well spend the extra 3 seconds and get a tiny bit of XP. Because early game damage rounding thresholds are super good. You have to maybe... No, I just don't think there's a teleport point. There we go. Yeah, I'm already level 7. It only cost me like 15 seconds. Yeah, normally I like having it set to daytime, so on the first route I could find Sentret for a cut user. But just because I want to use teleport, I'll just get my cut user elsewhere. Plus, daytime allows Sandshrew in Union Cave. My god, these encounters. I don't think I'm gonna one-shot that. Bellsprout or Oddish plus Cut and Flash and Sweet Scent. No one cares about Sweet Scent. But, yeah, I don't really care about... The only time I care about Flash is when I'm forced to get it. Because if I'm forced to do Sprout Tower, and I need rare candies, I may as well get the Whirl Islands candy, but I don't think this thing needs to get many rare candies. I think just the ones that aren't out of the way. Like, I'll skip Whirl Islands, probably Mount Mortar. I think I'll skip those two. I think I'll get the rest. Yeah, I think it does have an outside effect in Gen 2. I think it was Gen 2 that added Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does, because I know in Squidgy's runs, he always mentioned Sweet Scent. I'm gonna need this. Yeah, I do understand you may think the Lake of Rage candy is bad, but at the same time, like, while you're getting it, you are setting it on the fly map anyway. Oh, dang it, I should have caught that. Whoops. It's really not that bad. Like, it's technically quicker than Hidden Power. Damn it. I had a feeling that would watch. I don't know. I haven't watched Squidgy in a long time either. I'm not a fan of his videos. Oh, don't use the repel yet. Oh, nice. I'll kill that. Stand true. No. Why would we get Swift? Okay, that was perfect. Come on, Sandshrew. Also, for a reference, Sandshrew has a 255 cash rate, so it's equivalent to a Rattata. Is this going to be enough confusions? Serious question. Is this enough confusions? I think so? Stupid question, but what are the tens below the stat category? Oh, those are the number of vitamins I can use in each stat. In my Gen 3 and Gen 4 overlay, those are where the EVs would be. No, it's not enough. Well, shit. I start over? Yeah, I should start over. I'm gonna look at something here. Alright, I'm gonna need to fix that. Where is this? Where's the game? There it is. I'm making the emulator on my end just slightly bigger. Because I had it a little small, and you could still see the blurry footage behind it, and it was really throwing me off. Okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, so Gen 1 and Gen 2, I don't want to show stat XP because it goes up to 65,535, so I just show number of vitamins I can use. Okay. Alright, let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, go. Whatever, it was only 6 minutes. Dude, I can't believe I was one confusion short. Personally really don't truly understand stat XP since I grew up with Gen 1 or Gen 2. It's basically... like, you know how EVs go up to 255? Wait. I think I have to reset my stats. Oh, they unfroze. God dang it. Wait. Steve's overlay. His overlay is setting the stats. I've had this problem before. That's why the Kadabra is Pokerus. Okay, I need to turn this off. I've had this same problem before. It can activate even from another tab. Alright, DV's off. Pokerus off. It was bypassing my stats. Yeah, so imagine, you know how EVs go up to 255? Instead of that number being 255, it maxes out at 65,535, and you can max out all of your stats, and there's no limit to it. And how stat XP works, like if you're facing a Pidgey, right, and the Pidgey has base 70 speed, I'm just guessing it's base 70 speed, when you defeat a Pidgey, you gain 70 speed stat experience. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Now let me make sure that's actually stick. Alright. At least I know Steve's overlay isn't screwing things up. But yeah, basically static speed is something you never really have to think about. Like, theoretically, if you really wanted to focus on your speed, you could fight wild Pokemon that have high base speed. But it's just something you never really need to think about. That was quite lucky. Yeah, that last run was kind of my fault. Like, I should not have killed that Bellsprout. I should have paid attention. No, this thing does... This thing does not have Pokerust. I made sure to turn that off. To be fair, I could have healed at the Violet Center because I was in there anyway, but I knew Kurt was going to heal me like automatically. There we go. Yeah, that's going to kill. Come on. There we go. Even Mewtwo has a few early game ranges. Yeah, that's also the slow level up group affecting it. And you know one of the good things about having a low attack DV? You hit yourself in confusion for less damage. Joke's on you, I don't need you anymore. I mean, Hiker Anthony is very quick. Okay, that's annoying. Well, I have a potion. Technically, you don't need the berry for Faulkner, but since I no longer have it, I should just use a potion. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't use Confusion on the wild Pokemon in the... Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't use them on wild Union Cave Pokemon. My wild encounter luck's been pretty good in this run. I'd still say pretty good. What speed does Bugsy's Scyther have? Should I be worried? I mean, I can always use Kinesis on the Scyther if I'm worried. I just don't know what its speed stat is. Isn't it 41? Hard to remember because all those backports I've done with shiny stats, and with shiny Pokemon, it messes up the trainer's stats. Alright, better get that lure ball. It has to give them shiny stats, because that's how shinies are determined in Gen 2. It's literally based off the stats. It's impossible to make them shiny without altering their stats. Okay, I probably don't have to be worried about speed anymore then. I think if I want to, I could use a Kinesis, but it usually takes a couple of Fury Cutters to get stronger, so I think I won't need to. Yeah, we're good. You gotta remember, I did not save. It does have 41, so I actually guessed correctly. That's good. Okay. Question. I don't know if any of you guys would know this, but can I teleport out of the forest, or will I have to use an escape rope? I don't know if you guys might know the answer to this or not. I don't think I want to try. Bruh. Oh well. I guess we'll never know. Escape rope only? Okay. But yeah, the reason I grabbed the charcoal is to make sure I have enough money for all the punches. Because without that charcoal, you end up cutting it close. Yeah, you don't need the charcoal for 2 TMs, but if you want to buy 3, then you do. I do want to buy 3. I mean, I'm teaching Ice Punch later, but I'd still like it to buy the TM, though. Alright. Oh. Alright, so just Thunder and Fire. Then Fire Punch in the place of Disable. Alright, no need for Abra today. We are the Abra. Also, at level 21, we get Psybeam. Yeah, and then guess what? We'll get rid of confusion. We'll get all our PP back. Boom. Damn it. This guy just always has to say hi, doesn't he? Do any Pokemon actually get Thunder, Blizzard, or Fire Blast in the game corner? I've seen Scott in some first playthroughs where he bans Hidden Power gets them. Like, I remember with Coughing, he got Fire Blast. But I think for optimized playthroughs, no. No, don't heal. Force a habit. It would have been nice for Walt, yeah. And again, that's what skipping trainers does. Okay, yeah. This person, I am not doing that. I'm saving before her. Oh my god, dude. Metronome self-destruct. That was actually hilarious. You know what makes that even worse? Theoretically, if Kadabra gets no more resets or blackouts, I can now say a metronome self-destruct was what prevented me from no resets. Whoops. Usually when the spinner faces completely the opposite way from you, that's usually the best time. Alright, I'm gonna save the Umbreon one for last. Also, you know what's funny? Assuming you learn all 3 punches and you don't get stabbed from any of them, technically, the strongest punch in the Johto section is Ice Punch because it's the only one that gets a type boost. I've been spoiled by Scott's spinner patches. I hate playing with the spinner patches. Like, when I asked Scott if he could make me some, like, non-encryption patches, I asked him specifically for, like, platinum to not platinum, like emerald. I asked him to make me a version with no spinner patch because I hate playing runs with that on. It feels cheating. It feels like no encounter Mount Moon. It doesn't feel like you're actually playing the game. It's a quality of life improvement, sure, but it doesn't feel like the actual game. The spinners are part of the game. Encounters in Mount Moon are part of the game. Everyone has to deal with them. Some get lucky, some don't. And I'm sure someone's going to say, well, what if Kadabra is slower by 3 seconds against Mewtwo? That means the Mount Moon encounters made the difference. It's called the game. Deal with it. Like, I don't want to play a task. I want to do an actual run. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't hate on other people's runs. I was just saying my own personal opinion. I wonder if Thunder Punch can... Okay. I was seeing if Thunder Punch could one-shot. And since speedruns just manip... Yeah, but you know what the difference is? They do it with actual hardware, and they don't have to code the game any different. What Scott Spinner patches for those other games... He literally has to... he has to have external software, aka his overlay, do that for him. Actual speedruns don't do that. They use the game in itself. You can do those manips on a Game Boy. That makes them more impressive to me, because you're not relying on third-party software to get results that you want. Plus, you actually have to learn the manip, too. It's pretty hard. I've done it many times in the past. Did I save before Morty? I should not have done that. But stuff like the spinner patches, there is no manip you could do on an actual cartridge of Crystal that could make the spinners look away from you. Like, you're actively modifying the game. Like, I have a bit more sympathy to No Encounter Mount Moon than anti-spinner patch. If I had to choose one or the other, if I had to play with one of those quality of life improvements, it would probably be No Encounter Mount Moon. I would not want to play with spinner patches. It feels wrong. Alright, I think Fire Punch should be good. Yeah. In Gen 2, due to a glitch, that burn affected the catch rate by 0. Also, at full HP, even though I caught Krabby with a fishing rod, the lure ball is actually the same odds as a Pokeball. I actually used a catch rate calculator to determine that. Oh no, Canary. Canary's a good theme. I just hate her as a character. She's just a spoiled brat. Whoops. Nice. Okay, I actually want to use the center here. Alright, will Psybeam knock out Hitmonlee here? I don't think it will. That was a crit. We'll never know. Well, Hitmonchan has the same special defense, so let's see. Bruh, I seriously crit both of them? Alright, Chuck is very unreliable. Here's a inconsistent kind of guy. I'm saving before Chuck. I don't care what people like Ike do. There is never a reason to not save before Chuck. You never know if he'll hit you with Dynamic Punch and you hit yourself, then he uses Surf. You never know what's going to happen with that guy. See? That easily could have landed. Oh. I thought my last heal was Olivine. Hitmons were favorable. Yeah, they were favorable. I crit both of them. $33.39. Alright. So are you essentially saying 80? Yeah, give me a percentage. I don't care the 33 out of 39. That doesn't tell me anything. Like 84. Okay, that I can visualize. So it was very favorable. There was only a 15% chance that crit might have mattered. Alright, use the fire punches here. Man, I still have one reset. Man, just imagine if I end this run with one reset, and I can actually tell people the one reset was a metronome self-destruct. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get the nugget here so I can buy extra calcium. I mean, the more calcium, the better, because I'm already dealing with not the best ranges on Snorlax. Ape would believe it. I'm sure he would. Oh god, I should have taken this out of the music pool. I just don't know if this will get claimed or not. For some reason, this was on the official ORAS soundtrack. Oh, also, since I dodged that spinner, I'm actually going to escape rope out. So I don't run the risk of encountering him by accident. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I forgot to talk to the Murkrow. Well then. That was like, what, a 20-second time loss? I'm not kidding. Like, that's not the first time I've forgotten to talk to the Murkrow. Dude. I don't know why I've been doing that lately. Like, I'm holding right just a tiny bit too early because I'm trying to go through this place quickly. And then this ends up happening. You know what? We'll just call that Spinner Douglas. You know what? Yeah, that was Spinner Douglas. Yeah, totally. Ouch. Yeah, easy run today. I'm gonna have to make sure I use my hyper potion. Ah, yes, Kenya. I know you like testing potions, but I'm pretty sure this works fine. You don't need to keep testing all the potions for me. Okay, if that had crit, I would have died. Ah, get wrecked. Alright, everyone. Dreaded phone call time. And I will go get the PP ups because I do want Psychic. And having the PP ups on Psychic will help. Damn it. Man, I am really just messing things up. At least they're minor mistakes. Alright, everyone, time for the best part of the run, where all we do is turbo the A button. So, how you guys been? Honestly, the rocket plotline is why I can't get into soloing the Johto games. I will say, though, in Heart Gold, it's a lot better because in the radio tower, there's only 2 mandatory rocket grunts plus the admins. Like, the previous floor had 4 mandatory ones alone. But in Heart Gold, there's hardly as many of them, so it's a lot more tolerable. Yeah, I do look forward to seeing Scott's Mewtwo video. I'm assuming it'll be the final yellow video. I wonder how many playthroughs he's going to give it. I wonder if he's going to go red bar strats. Even though red bar and yellow is not meaningful at all, it wouldn't surprise me if he went for it. You know, true, yeah. At least the radio tower has interesting, like, grunt fights. But yeah, like, there's this guy, there's the Houndoom trainer, there's the rival fight. At least there's some interesting fights here. But in the Mahogany hideout, just nothing interesting. I just hate that place because half the time I forget to talk to the Murkrow. Red bar in yellow only affects level up jingles. It only affects level up jingles. It doesn't skip Pokemon cries. Honestly, I'd still say not meaningful. I am looking forward to that Mew race finally coming out. I think the official release date for it is next Wednesday. Was it? Pretty sure it was. This Saturday. Okay, so I'll need to record that live commentary submission soon. I don't remember if I had a 32-minute time. I know somebody got a time lower than that, though, and it wasn't me. I do know my final run is faster than Scott's. At least publicly known. Honestly, I kind of wonder if Scott can get Mewtwo's sub 30. Yeah, there is that wall. It's called, like, every speedrun ever. Alright, that's the last of my ethers. Oh yeah, yellow ditto. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to seeing Lorelei. I know in red and blue, Lorelei is so bad because the Dugong has Growl, but it doesn't have Growl in yellow. I know in red and blue, you have to get at least 2 critical hits on the Dugong in a row in order to beat it. Because it's going to end up going for Growl, no matter what. Is this a J-Rose playthrough? No, this is not, because I'm actually playing the game, knowing what I'm doing. Just little pro tip, do not watch J-Rose's Crystal solo runs. They are so bad. Honestly, I view them similar to Madrybird's Heart Gold runs. I tend to prefer those, like, the only J-Rose videos I will ever watch, if ever, are, like, maybe, like, that black video with Shedinja. That one I did watch. Yeah, he's good at Gen 1. Oh, I did not watch any of those versus races. I am not going to watch him attempt versus races. Because he plays the runs like a casual. That's like his whole thing. He'll say like he has a leaderboard and he's ranking by game time. But I've seen some of those runs. Like, some of those runs just have really bad strategies to them. Oh, I did watch the last video of his that I watched was the Diamond and Pearl Minimum Battles run. That was actually a good video. The kinds of videos I like watching from J-Rose are the more unique ones. Alright, calcium. Can I buy? Alright, 6. May as well get this iron. They weren't awful. I mean, that's good to hear. There's no real good Fire Red play on YouTube anyway since Exceptional stopped. Hey, I'm offended, man. Well, to be fair, I play Leaf Green, not Fire Red, so you got me there. He used Substitute? Alright, at least he's growing as a person, I'll admit that. Even then, I don't watch his red and blue solo run videos. I really tend to prefer the unique kind of runs. Like, he did release a Platinum Minimum Battles run. I do plan to watch that at some point. I really liked hearing him, like, make fun of the Bruno AI in Diamond and Pearl, which is pretty funny. I just wonder how Platinum's gonna go for Minimum Battles. I don't find them boring. They're more like oversaturated, just because so many people have done them. But I get what you're saying. Oh, that's the one thing I don't know if J-Rose has changed his editing style since then, but I've always hated, even the ones from like 4 or 5 years ago, the ones where half of the entire video was just the League. Nah, I don't think I need that, Never Melt Ice. And if you're wondering why I picked up Rest, it's literally muscle memory. Oh, nope. So he still has half of his videos at the Elite Four? Does he still do that rule for Gen 1 where he's not allowed to save in between League members? Like, turn it into Stadium 2? Well, the reason I picked it up is because that's normally my muscle memory, like, to getting into that ladder. I remember this one Crystal Backport, I was gonna skip Rest, but when I tried to, I literally couldn't remember how to get to the stairs. Literally, me picking up Rest is my muscle memory. Yeah, the whole no saving the League thing I think is just dumb. Because I think it just severely bloats the video. And I'm just going to clarify this for the millionth time. I'm not hating on him. They're just criticisms. Because I feel like I gotta say that in case someone tries to essay me in the comments or something. Alola Kibo 6818. I've got Thunder Punch, it's fine. I actually watch Madrybread more often than J-Rose. It's because Madrybread is like one of the only people besides like me and sometimes D1 like who will do like Gen 5 or Gen 6 or Shadow Stitch 2. Okay, this is annoying. Not a big deal, but still. Alright, Dratini. Dratini. Do not forget the Dratini. 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 Get the Dratini. Don't forget me. Yeah, Sword and Shield was one of my lesser favorite Pokemon games. They honestly had a lot of missed potential. The cities, though, looked really good. Currently playing White. Nice. Black and White are the same version. I prefer Black because Reshiram is my favorite. Do I have an Ether or something? Or another PP up? There, I have some Psychics. Whoa, my god, that was rough. That was sketchy. I also play Pokemon Legends CA since our friend who bought it shares with me. Yeah, I've been playing the DLC for a few hours this morning. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. I'm assuming Scott is stopping at Black 2 White 2. Yeah, you don't want to assume things with that guy. I just realized, what am I going to do about Karen? I guess just spam Ice Punch? Royal Rapids, as Scott added more games, did the quality of his videos go up or down? I think they went up. But like I said, who knows with that guy? I'm actually not using Dynamic Punch. I'm using Attract. I mean, it's up to you, Kibo. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your time. Oh, I will say, though, the actual gameplay, his actual quality of play in Gen 4 still needs work. Like, I like watching Scott's Heart Gold runs just to cringe at some of his plays, but I think his Porygon Z run, I think he did play it pretty good. But I remember cringing real hard at his Licky Licky run. But besides, he's going to be done with the yellow videos. Supposedly. I wonder how he'll resume doing a red version. Will he continue doing those as streams, or just make the videos about red version? I don't think he'll make the videos about red version. I think he's going to stick to red being the live streams. I don't know what he's going to do. Like I said, never assume with that guy. I don't know how he thinks. I mean, I do know partially how he thinks. He really cares about numbers. Remember to teach Ice Punch? Thank you for the reminder. Should I teach it now? Technically, Ice Punch has slightly more power than Fire Punch against Vileplume because of Price's badge. Plus, Ice Punch would help with Murkrow. Yeah, I do wish he'd do the red live streams again. He said he wasn't doing them for a while because he was having voice problems or something like that. I have an unpopular opinion. I actually do not like the low health song in Black and White. I don't like enjoying, like, the gym leader theme, and then it just gets interrupted when you're at low health. I don't know, that's just me. I prefer how it is nowadays, where it just does, like, 3 beeps and you're done. I don't know, that's just me. Also, am I gonna die? Yep. Maybe, that could have been the case, Smash. Yeah. Nice. Whoops, wrong move. Wait. I think I need to teach return. Oh, wait. Pause. What am I supposed to do for Karen? Can I just use... You know what? I think I need to use my candies now. Should I? Yes, I need to use my candies. Alright, 5 candies. It killed it. Nice, game dev. Dude, quit using Sand Attack, you bitch. I can't be too mad. Karen will give you resets no matter what. Okay, yeah, Thunder Punch is doing half, so definitely using candies was the right decision. And if you're wondering why I'm not at full health, if you're not at full health, Karen's less likely to go for Sand Attack turn 1. Oh my freaking god, Karen. No, I didn't get the magnet. I don't like getting it. I don't like getting it because you have to go through a bunch of grass to get it. Okay. Oh. Bastard. Dude, this run was going so good. Is Karen's Houndoom male or female? I mean, I don't really need teleport anyway right now. Oh my god. It's touching grass. Yeah, the magnet would have saved me. It's female? Fuck. I hate this game now. You're right. The magnet. Dude, I even bought 7 calcium. I have to do it. Fortunately, I started it on Sunday. I mean, to be fair, I can't expect a top-tier performance in the first run. Also, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, I can never expect perfect results run 1. Yeah, I will tell you, I hated doing that. Trust me, I extremely hated it. But the magnet is gonna allow the 2-shot. Why am I... Dude, this isn't Fire Punch anymore. Honestly, remember I skipped the Mount Mortar candy? Yeah, I think I probably should have gotten it. But yeah, this run can always get a re-rank later. True, yeah. I was about to commit to that, but then I realized I'm just gonna go insane, so... It hurt. Trust me, guys. It hurt having to do that. And to be fair, also, I actually did also skip the Nevermelt dice. Honestly, I probably should have done the Venusaur trainer before Victory Road as well. Maybe like 1 extra train or 2. You know, I actually could have tracked the Umbreon. Should I just reset over 3 sand attacks? That was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I'm resetting over that. I hate this game. Double hate it. Dude, Attract has never once worked. Yep. 58 with Magnet was the way to go. I will say, though, that did suck. But I still think it was the right decision to not get the Never Melt Ice, though. I don't think we need it. Nice crit. I still think this can get first place. Because usually the entire Kanto section is like 17 minutes long. I still think this can get first place despite that. The only CPUs that hold items in this game are the Poke fans that hold berries. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so I think for a future run, I think you should get the Abra, and then that way, for Karen, you could unlearn Teleport and teach Attract early, so you can use it on Umbreon, because the Umbreon is a 3-shot no matter what, so you may as well use Attract on it. It is going to cost you an extra $2,000, but that's what the charcoal's for. Dang it. Do we have the unglitched badge boost? I don't know. I think our unboosted special attack has to be over 208. I think that's the magic number. It has to be unboosted. You can just take 208, times it by 12.5%, and that'll be the number you see on the overlay. $231 after the boost. Alright, so yeah, that's the magic number. So we will end up getting it later. $206? It might have been 206. Very close to that range. I know you have to be over 20 something, but under like 450 something. It's quite strange. Alright, we'll need leftovers for red. In fact, this will be our final moveset. I remember looking at the XP router. With all of these calciums, if we get to red at level 70, which I think we might after the 2 rare candies, Psychic will actually do more damage than Dynamic Punch. Because we are running a very low attack DB too. The plan is essentially just to attract the Snorlax. It's 206 to 432 or 661 plus. Okay, so pretty much unless you're level 100, no Pokemon is going to have over 432 special attack at level 100. Actually, you know what? What's the Pokemon in Gen 1 with the highest special attack? And what would its stats be at level 100 with perfect stat XP? You could probably look at Kingler Calc or something for that. But first, like, what Pokemon has the highest special attack? Mewtwo? Okay, so yeah. You could just go to the Kingler Calc website, get Mewtwo level 100 with max stat XP, max DVs. Smash Math, it has... No. Remember when I said earlier, it has to be the unboosted special attack? Damn it. I just wanted to know, like, is there a way for an unboosted special attack to get 433? Like, unboosted. Like, I don't think you can use growth during a battle to get the special defense boost. I don't think that's a thing. .406 before the boost. So even Mewtwo can't get over that. So essentially, the under 432 or 661 plus never matters. Essentially, 206 is the magic number. Do badge boosts go in competitive play? I believe they do, yes. Like, I know in Gen 1, there are no badge boosts. Stat modifiers count towards the unboosted stat. Price's badge doesn't. Isn't that you say what I effectively said? Like, you can't use, you can't use growth to get your special attack high enough to where you'll get your special defense boost. Like, you can't use growth for that. It has to be your unboosted special attack. Sounds fun, Joseph. You can use growth to get it to 206. So, wait. Seriously, though? So yeah, so you just said Price's badge doesn't count for it, which I already knew. So if you use growth to raise your special attack, as long as that unboosted number gets over 206, you'll get the special defense badge boost during the fight. Am I hearing that correct? Don't forget the elixirs. Yeah, I'll pick up... I don't need to worry about the elixir because... I knew what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. Alright, here's an interesting question. What is the Pokemon with the highest special attack stat in Gen 2 that does get access to a special attack boosting move like Growth? Espeon can't use Growth. Oh, via event? Really? Interesting. So yeah, a Surge's Magneton is kind of the only person in Kanto where you'd like to have Fire Punch. But I think if you overlevel, it's fine, because his Magnetons aren't that threatening because they don't have Thunder Wave. High between Venusaur and Tangela normally. No, 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 don't do that. So it's possible with some Pokemon to enter a fight without the special defense badge boost, then you'll gain it during the fight, and then you can lose it during the same fight. So that's something that's entirely possible. Lovely kiss, Snorlax. Oh my god, that's disgusting. That's actually fascinating. Okay. I thought moves like Growth could not give you the boost. Like, I thought the only thing that mattered was the unboosted stat. That's what I thought. I mean, to be fair, like, I'm trying to think of strats for Karen. Whoops. Do I really need to teach Attract? Could I just keep Teleport? I mean, if I chose to not teach Attract, Umbreon would be more risky. Because even at level 58 with the Magnet, Thunder Punch is still going to be a 3-shot. So I think if it's going to be a 3-shot, no matter what, it might be better. 7 attack with Dynamic Punch? I don't know. Either way, though, that would have us unlearning Teleport. Oh, yay, now I have the boost. I definitely needed it. I don't think I had the Repel up anymore, did I? No, I did not. What Kadabra's hidden power typing? No hidden power. We're actually not using hidden power at all. The thing literally gets all the coverage it needs with the punches. HP water? You know, that might be something. If I recall correctly, hidden power fighting is an extremely bad hidden power typing. It requires you to have 12 attack and 12 defense. Well, maybe I could fudge the attack stat a little, but 12 defense and like 3 HP or something like that, it's really bad. It would depend on ranges. The ranges would have to be justifiable. And besides, I'm not really worried about the Houndoom, because at level 58 with the Magnet, it's a guaranteed 2-shot. I'm worried about the Umbreon. Yeah, we're running 1 attack DV, 15 and everything else. Alright, reflect doesn't matter. Alright, so we gotta attract the Snorlax. Okay, that was super lucky. Flamethrower will do like less than, do about half. Surf will do like 40% at most, unless it rain dances. This thing is an absolute joke. $107.43. 1 blackout in the league, 8 resets. 1 of the resets was on Whitney because of metronome self-destruct, and the other 7 were on Karen. Damn. Do you know what's funny? If we had first tried Karen and we never needed to black out, like, we could have had the 1 reset. One second. You know, I might actually have time for a rerun. Yeah, I'll have time for a rerun. We'll do 2 runs today. Because we can't leave Kadabra like this. But you know what? Let's take a quick look at the XP router. Let's look at our red ranges. Psychic on Snorlax was doing 30 to 36. But if it had used an Amnesia, it would have done a lot less damage. At that point, I would just be hoping for a crit. I still feel like that's the best strat to deal with Snorlax, and it is early enough in the fight to where if we get unlucky, we can reset. But on Espeon, dude, that's a horrific range with the punches. Then again, he's not going to do much to us. The worst thing he can do is like a special defense drop. And as long as we have at least 60% of our health, we should be fine. Can you teach Dynamic Punch for Karen to check ranges? Sure. Dude, on Umbreon, look at that, 44 to 53. It does do slightly more, but what if we ran with a higher attack? Yeah, Body Slam plus Flamethrower would be a reset. Yeah, it's literally just a track luck. There's not much you can really do about that. Yeah, there's just nothing you can do about it. You just got to get lucky with Attract. This is with 1 DB in attack. Let me save this route. Alright, I'm going to make a new... I don't think there's a way for me to edit my DVs once I've made the route, is there? I don't think there is. I'd have to make a new route. Well, does it say, like, where are my attacks? Where's my attack stat XP at? You can? Wait, really? How do I do that? Control X? Oh, okay. It brought up a pop-up window. Okay, thank you for that. Hold on, so if we have 7 attack, what does our HP EV become? Because that would have to be different, right? We'll worry about that later. 48 to 57, so... I don't know what the percentage is that would be of a KO. But then again, if it hits itself once, that's fine. Still iffy on the Houndoom. Well, no, I'm not iffy on the Houndoom. It's literally a 2-shot with Thunder Punch with Magnet. I'm not worried about it. What I'm worried about is the Umbreon. Like, I know losing out on the HP and defense would be bad, but could... Wait, no, Hidden Power Fighting would be bad. It's physical. Dude, Umbreon's not weak to a special typing. Dang. Honestly, I think Attract for Umbreon is just the best strat. You're at a high level, though. 58? I was level 58, wasn't I? This is literally my exact root file. This is my exact root file. All I did was adjust the EVs. Or, the IVs, I meant. EVs. Blech. Yeah, I just feel like that's the best way to go. No. Actually, no. Karen's Umbreon is male. I remember this, because Attract did work on it. You were 56 on the first... Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, where's it? Does it show my... Alright, trip number 2. Okay, let me move this. Oh, wait. Dude, I seriously can't drag it. Yeah, I can't lower the... Well, if it doesn't look reasonable at this level, it's not going to be reasonable at 56. But then again, I did skip the Mount Mortar candy and Whirl Islands candy. I could get the Whirl Islands candy. I'd have to pause and look at a map, though. But I don't think that'll be necessary. I think just get Mount Mortar and fight, like, 2 optional trainers towards Victory Road. I could fight Venusaur trainer and probably the one with Kingler and Victory Bell. And if I need to, I'll fight the other one there, too. Click on Indigo Map 6 and delete it. Like that. What is doing this do? Oh wait, Indigo Map 6? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that. What would deleting this even do? Oh wait, this would delete the blackout, right? Yeah, it would delete the blackout, pretend that it never happened. Disables it from the run. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there was an alternative. But I just don't think there is. I think we just have to do that. Unless, yeah, we would have to end up at a higher level. I think going 58 into Karen is the way to go. And again, I bought as many calcium as I could have when I did my vitamin buy. Actually, are there any early game carbo or calciums that I could have gotten? Like something really early. 12, 13, Whirl Islands, Dragons. That's a little too late. Mount Silver, Route 46, second rematch. Yeah, I don't think so. There is not. The one in Dragon's Den is after I bought the vitamins. Yeah, that's the only one. But yeah, there's just our only special... These are our only special options. It's just a shame Umbreon's not weak to a special typing. It's only weak to physical typings. But yeah, I think we just have to attract the Umbreon and just hope for the best. I literally think that's all we can do. So if we're going to have to do that, we will need to get the Abra. But if we get the Charcoal, sell the TMs... We might just barely have enough money, but I think to be safe, I may want to grab Sweet Scent and probably Headbutt. I'll grab those TMs too just to sell. But other than that, Attract on Umbreon after the HP up to reduce its chance of Sand Attack. Then for Red, make sure we're level 70 at the start of the fight, and just attract Snorlax and hope for the best. Actually, question. I know Snorlax really loves Amnesia turn 1. If it fails to do an Amnesia turn 1, Will it just use moves like Body Slam? Or will it keep attempting Amnesia until it gets off one? Like, does anyone have any idea on how that works? Because I know, like, with Red's Pikachu, after it uses Charm turn 1, whether it misses or not, he'll usually stop using Charm and just start spamming Thunder. Yes? Okay, so what you're saying is, with the Snorlax, I'm assuming it's similar to Red's Pikachu with Charm. I'm going to assume... I mean, he can use it on other turns, it's just unlikely. If we can get it infatuated for the first turn, then after that, if it ever breaks through, it'll be either use Body Slam or Rest. Let me look at Body Slam's range. Oh my god. That is bad. Wait, then again, this was 68. 72 to 85. Ow, that hurts. There's no... I wish there was a Reflect TM in this game. Because technically, the only moves we need are Psychic and Thunder Punch. There really is no need for Ice Punch in this fight. Is it possible we could have a... Can we... you cannot relearn. There is no move relearner in this game. There's only a move deleter. Like, what would be a good fourth move? Dude. I wish we can get the Psych Up TM. You know what? What if we get a second copy of Fire Punch and replace Ice Punch? And then it won't do as much as Psychic, but we can hope for the burn. No. I don't think so, no. Or maybe Protect, because we could Protect turn 1. Wait, no, Protect won't block Amnesia. That's stupid. You heal 6.25% with leftovers, but it doesn't heal enough. Yeah, the Snorlax has Rest, but as long as it doesn't use Amnesia, we're fine. I just don't want it to use Amnesia. And I can survive 1 Body Slam, but I can't survive 2. Plus on the Charizard right here, it's never gonna... Yeah, it'll never one-shot. I mean, we were pretty lucky that fight. But then again, Dynamic Punch, like, it... You know what? Let's teach Dynamic Punch over Ice Punch. Because we don't need Ice Punch for the red fight. How much does it do to Snorlax? 27 to 32. Maybe what we could do turn 1 is attract into Dynamic Punch. Thief, Sludge Bomb, and Icy Wind? Are you just... Dude, why are you suggesting moves we don't learn? Well, we learned Thief, but dude, this thing does not learn Sludge Bomb. You see? Look. That's toxic. This thing doesn't learn Sludge Bomb. Honestly, I think that's probably the best consistent strat. Like, attract into Dynamic Punch. Yeah, Toxic wouldn't be fast enough. Yeah, I think it's better than nothing, at least. It's better than nothing. Because we're not using Ice Punch. Yeah, it's got to be attract into Dynamic Punch. I think after the first Dynamic Punch... Actually, no. What we'll do is, well... No. Okay, we'll use attract. We'll spam Psychic, but if it does get off at Amnesia, we'll switch to Dynamic Punch. Yeah, this is with 7 attack DVs. I can control X this right now. Yeah, it literally says 7. Right here. That is literally with 7. And we can't go higher than that because otherwise Kadabra becomes male. And you know what? $27 to $32. Let me set these new DVs. Okay, you know what? Would it be worth going perfect? Would it be worth going perfect attack? Just no attract entirely, just use dynamic punch? No, that's stupid. I'm not doing that. You know what? Yeah, attract, dynamic punch, then as soon as I land one, then spam psychic. Okay, let's start the new run. Alright. 7 attack DVs. Create route. Enable recording. Actually, no, cancel recording. I think I need to reset the game first. Would it be worth to get proteins just for red? I mean, there were some free proteins I never used. Hold on, let me just load that old route back up. Dungeons, man. Alright. Maybe the 2 overworld ones? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead right here. Protein. Let's add... Let's see, there's 1 in the rocket hideout. There's 1 in the ice path, so that's 2. Let's add ahead and add the 2 proteins. I'm gonna have to re-add dynamic punch, though. Dude, why won't it let me learn it, dude? Oh, that's a cell. Okay. Dude, no. Oh, why doesn't Control Z work? I mean, it's all addition. It doesn't matter where I add the proteins. I'll just add them here. Dude, why won't it learn? Maybe it's because I sold it and it won't let me use it. Okay, yep, that was it. $25 to... Oh, wait. This was with the 1 DV. Hold on. $28 to $34. Level 70 Kadabra Dynamic Punch. 13% chance to 3-hit. Okay. We'll just teach Dynamic Punch over Ice Punch. We'll go Attract, Dynamic Punch, then Spam Psychic. Alright, let's just get this started. That's with 25,000 stat XP. Well, we'll see what we get. I'll just start a new poll. Alright, you guys ready? I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we can't let Kadabra end on a sour note like that. Also, as soon as I get rid of the Pseudo Widow, I give you guys full permission to yell at me in all caps to get the magnet. Because the magnet, extremely important for Karen. The only thing that's making the Houndoom a 2-shot. Oh, wait. Hold up. I didn't reset my stats in Pokebite. Okay. For real now. Okay, I don't think I lost 7 minutes. That might... Whoop. That might be an exaggeration. Dude, I keep going too fast. And remember, it's not the time you think Kadabra is going to get. It's the time you think I'm going to get. Those are two different things. Like, what happens if I get very bad luck for red? Wait, why is it male? Stats is this? 7, 15, 15, 15. Shouldn't this be female? This should be 6 DVs, right? Yeah, in Pokebite right now, it says I have 7 and 15 and everything else. What happens if I set this to 6? It's 75, 25? Oh, so it needs to be a lower stat. Yeah, we can't go higher than that. Okay, yeah, so we'll have to set this to 3. Okay. Well, now we learned. At least it gives us 15 HP, these. That's nice. Dude.
Yeah, I know.
Any odd attack stat will give perfect HP if the others are also odd. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't teleport back. Whoops. Old habits die hard, man. I'll at least teleport to Cherry Grove from the lab, at least. I was just about to remind you. Hey. First try, let's go. Yeah, Matt, I decided to do another run because I got 7 resets to Karen. Because, I didn't get the magnet. Apparently, the magnet for, Claire, or Karen, 100% necessary. Having a bitch of a time. Sounds fun. Hey, I still have the berry. I don't know what the joke is, Matt. Also, we don't need the paralysis cure berries, so I'll skip it. Oh, the guy who gives the magnet. Here's the thing. All the day of the week siblings are named after their days of the week. Like the Tuesday guy is Tuscany. Although some of them are weird. Like the Thursday guy is Arthur. Arthur's... Oh my god, how the hell did I not realize that? I'm not kidding, Matt. That might actually be why he's named Arthur. I think the Friday one is Floria. Or not Floria, it's Frida. That's what it is. Monica, Tuscany, Wesley, Arthur, Frida, Santos, Sunny. I'm gonna skip the lure ball. Like, I think for the Krabby, I think the 4 Pokeballs and the 1 Great Ball will be enough. Boy is the score ball. Yeah, right. That's how I got them mixed up. Hey, at least I still have my berry for Bugsy. Doing alright, just turned in the last final of the semester. Now working on some Heart Gold bullshit. Yeah, that's clearly, that's harder than the finals, right? Clearly that's the harder thing. Nice crit. I would have preferred if they borrowed the inspiration of the main Celestial objects. It may be too complex for a children's game. Probably. Remember they thought the Azure Flute was too complicated, but then they had freaking Braille in there? Yeah, like, a blind kid is not going to be touching his Game Boy screen to read the Braille, because that's not how it works. I'm actually going to sell that revive. Who knows? It might help. The project I did was to code a temperature sensor and produce the output on an LCD screen. Oh, nice. It says, un. Have any of you guys looked up how Regi sounds in the anime? Alright, I'm actually going to pick up Headbutt 2 to sell, because not only do I need the punches, but I also need Abra. I'm actually going to fight a couple more spinners here. Like, I did skip a bunch of the spinners last time, and it caused me to get Psybeam after. Oh my god, that was perfect XP. So I'm going to fight these 2 people. I think 4 confusions should be enough. Oh yeah, you gotta be kidding. Oh my god. Dude, these 3 tiles of grass have so many encounters in them, I swear.
And you're
Alright. Wait, I stole the charcoal, right? Yeah, I did. One Thunder Punch, one Fire Punch, one Ice Punch. Oh, wait. I'll probably just teach Electric and Thunder and Fire now. Am I gonna get another Metronome Self-Destruct? Dude, that Clefairy always hits 5 double slaps, I swear. I'm still alive.
No.
Red bar, shut up. You know dang well there's no such thing as red bar in this gen. Okay, I better use a potion in case I encounter the spinner. I may as well equip the magnet now. You know, none of you guys yelled magnet, so I think you guys all forgot, but I did not forget. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, Psybeam is the best move, but then when it comes to... So, essentially, Fire Punch is only for those that are weak to fire. Ow. Oh, you know what? Smash, that would have been a better idea, so that way I could teleport. I didn't think of that. Next will be Sneasel. I don't know. I think Steve has played Sneasel in Crystal. Or maybe he has, I don't know. But I heard Sneasel's actually pretty good in this game. It's not good with stab moves. I'd skip the Critique PC entirely. I probably could have, but I just don't like skipping it. Yeah, you're right. I probably could have skipped it. Recover? No. Alright, I'm gonna use Fire Punch here. I'm pretty confident that Psybeam will one-shot everything. Because it did one-shot Haunter last time. Or Gengar. Yeah, it will. I'm not even gonna heal. I gotta learn to not be scared. Yep.
Yes.
Dang it. Corsola girl. But yeah, I definitely should use the Olivine PC. Guaranteed Oko? Okay. Okay, it was a one-shot by a huge margin then. Get out of here. You deserve that for wasting my time. Hey, Krabby. Dude! Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Fire Punch did not one-shot last time. Like, I swear it didn't. It might have been the DV difference. It had to have been the DVs. Yeah, I literally think it's the DVs. I think the Krabby that survived the Fire Punch, I think it had a higher special. Dang it. I mean, at least this girl gives good XP. You know what's weird? In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they moved Kaylee to the east side of the map, like in between the top right and the bottom right islands. So strange why they moved her. Sometimes I escape rope out of the lighthouse, sometimes I don't. I don't think it's much. There's hardly a difference with time. I like to escape rope out of Burn Tower, so you don't have to talk to you, Zian. I don't know. I think it just depends on the mood I'm in. Oh, also, since I didn't heal in Cianwood, my last teleport is Olivine. Ah, Polyrath, you gotta taste your own medicine with that. Get wrecked. I'm not sure if I could take on Jasmine now, because the Steelix is not a two-shot no matter what. But the problem is, I don't know if Irontail could kill me. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Oh my god. Yeah, Edwin, you might want to check your math again. Dang it. Yeah. I probably should have killed that Gyarados. Yeah, Kingler Calc has a separate button for, badge boost. But then again, Jasmine gives the defense badge boost. Well, I am recording the route with XP Router, so we can take a look at it. I mean, I knew even last time when I did Jasmine's 7th, even then that Irontail was like 20 HP left. That easily could have one-shot me. But you know what? Remember in that first run I forgot to talk to the Murkrow? I'm not going to forget this time, will I? Oh, yeah. When I do runs in Gen 1 or Gen 2, I will use the XP Router. I know it isn't completely perfect, like you kind of have to estimate what your stat XP will be like, but it's not that big a deal. For Gen 3 onwards, I use Kingler Calc. Level 31st, level 32, Kadabra, 66.7% chance to Oko. So you're saying I got extremely lucky. Don't talk to the Murkrow? Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to talk to the Murkrow anyway. I'll show you. Okay, talk to her. I like how in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they all talk to you automatically. Like, these Rocket Grunts will give you the password during the battle. Oh, true. More like the 50-50, because Irontail does have that miss chance. Then again, Fire Punch could have burned, too. Yeah, that was definitely not the safest strat, but I'm glad it paid off. There we go. That's not a Murkrow, that's a blue Pidgey. Yeah, he's part of the Blue Man group. Not do it again. Thank you. Also, I will save here because that Dugong does survive a hit. And I don't know if I got lucky with Fire Punch last time, but then again, I am fighting Price at a higher level, so who knows. It was a good thing I saved. That easily could have gone bad. You know what? I'm going to try something new. I'm gonna get Blackthorn on the fly map. And get the PP up while here too. Yeah, I think early Blackthorn is only better if you do Price as the 7th gym. Because having to fly there to do it is not worth it, unless you need the move deleter. Hey, it's nighttime. Yeah, I usually start at 4 or 5 p.m. I think you can get away with 3 p.m. It's so because in the daytime you can find extra cut users like Sentret or Sandshrew, and it'll be nighttime when you get to Kanto for Curse. Technically, you could just start at 6 p.m., so it's night the entire time, but daytime gives you more opportunities for cut users. Alright, gotta make sure I save some Psychics. Man, I love Great Glacier's theme. I've never played Gates to Infinity. I just know the songs from these streams. I'm not even kidding. What I've actually noticed with that Rocket Grunt if you head straight down, then straight right without stopping, he always sees you. Like, he always sees you. That's why I'll pause there. Because it's just the right amount of walking. It's so annoying. I need to play those other mystery dungeons at some point. Like, offline or something. I paused to heal an elixir on my way past him with Mewtwo. I don't have an elixir. I have ethers, though. I like to have, like, 3 ethers at this point. Technically, you can get 4, but the 4th one's very annoying. It's the one south of Ekritik. I hate getting it. Normally, I save before this guy, but if you can one-shot the Golbat, there's almost no reason to save. The Golbat is the scariest thing on his team. Because, I don't know why, but that Golbat always survives a hit at low HP. It always does. It's so annoying. And then it uses Confuse Ray. I know about that elixir. I hate getting it. Because you gotta surf in the water and go through some grass. I know, like, I don't like using a repel until I get into Ice Cave. Or Ice Path. Just make sure you're aware. Yeah, I'm aware. Thank you, though. That's why I was mentioning I don't usually have an elixir. Usually the 3 or 4 ethers is enough. It depends on how good you are with menuing. Because usually, before the rival, I save the game anyway, so I'll have the menu up. So in that instance, it'd be great. Plus, going down to the center, then up to the underground northern entrance is kind of a huge detour if you think about it. I'm not good with that. Yeah, whenever we do these backports with Ike, his menuing isn't the best. That's why he overheals at centers. Plus also up ahead there's a Max Ether. You can use the Max Ether. Usually the Max Ether is used on return, but I'm going to use it on Psychic. Yeah, my menuing has gotten super good in Crystal because of all those backports. I do 1 center the entire game with Mewtwo. Dang. Remember, less centers doesn't always mean faster. Because usually you'll have to make up for that with ethers and elixirs. Alright, so get 6 calcium. Alright, keep Dynamic Punch, Icy Wind, Iron Tail, Shadow Ball, keep those. Okay, so I need 6. And 1 protein. Oh, I like getting the Route 2 Elixir, because the Route 2 Elixir lets you skip a center heal in Kanto. Plus, it's literally in your way. I know something Scott says he's been doing is he would heal at the Viridian Center instead of using the elixir, so that way after Fuchsia, he can just teleport to Viridian, but I don't really think there's much of a difference there. Man, my neck won't crack on the left side. I'll try later. I was paranoid. You know, I better heal. I'm low on PP. Still need 13 levels for Karen. Well, I believe if I get Mount Mortar, skip Whirl Islands, and get every other candy, I should have 7 candies? Feels weird not getting the pink boat. Sometimes it does. Yeah, it should be 8 candies, right? Like, I think there's... No, there's 8 candies normally in the Johto section. And then 2 in the... Wait, no. Wait, what? How many rare candies is in the Johto section? Alright, so there's 7 and 3. Oh, okay. So if I skip Whirl Islands, I'll have 6 rare candies. So 58 minus 6, that's 52. So I'll need to be 52 before Karen. I mean, you don't need to use candies for the first 3 Elite Four members. They're very easy. Yeah, and Psychic here are guaranteed one-shots. I'm still going to save before Claire because her Kingdra is going to be a 2-shot no matter what. And what if I get hit with Smokescreen? Or get a crit Hydro Pump? You don't know with these things. Alright. The Kanto candies are not out of the way. Cinnabar Island is on your main path. The one in the fan club, you could admit sometimes is a little bit slow because the guy talks, but it's not that bad. The Mount Silver candy is honestly the most out of the way, because what you have to do is you have to enter the center to set your teleport point, then head east for about like 8 seconds, then teleport back. It's a little annoying, but I will get it if I don't have enough XP to get to level 70. The only reason I got it last time was because I was level 67, and I needed that 3rd rare candy. Do not forget Dratini. Okay, yeah, so they are slight detours, but at the same time, I need level 70 for red, so I will be getting them. Yeah, I always put escape ropes in slot 2 for this very reason. Man, you really take Mewtwo seriously, huh? Alright, I am gonna fight a couple of people. I think this person, then the 2 cool trainers before the Victory Road entrance. 21 runs. Oh my god. Hopefully Scott goes to you for Mewtwo advice. This person I don't like fighting as much because I don't like how she has a Pikachu. But then again, she's a spinner. What are you gonna do? He ignored me for Nidoking. No. Now he'll still show. Yeah. He'll be like, yeah, I know this is Crystal, but I'm gonna mention the time Zealous Pawn played this in yellow. It's fine, Matt. Scott, no, I think Scott really only brings me up in his channel like once a year. And it's usually whenever he starts a new game. And he's like, yeah, Speedrunner helped me out learn this game. Hopefully Scott mentions me if he runs Magikarp and Crystal. Oh, I remember one time several years ago, I saw someone do a Magikarp solo run, and in the underground rival fight, they hacked in vitamins and maxed out their stat XP. And I left a dislike for that. The guy wasn't even level 100. Who was it? I don't remember, actually. I used to be subscribed to his channel until I unsubscribed. The guy mostly did My Little Pony season reviews. I don't know. That was what his content was when I unsubbed. Like, I think I unsubbed for like a few months ago when I was purging my subscribed channels because I was subscribed to like 200 channels and I was trying to purge them. Go ahead and candy now. Not until 52. But probably after Koga. And I will teach teleport in the place of, I'll teach attract in the place of teleport. That was close. Oh my god, that was close. Okay, teach attract in the place of teleport. Alright. All my candies. HP up. Oh shit. That HP up was for Karen. Not this guy. Oh well, it's not like I'm gonna be taking damage anyway. Oh wait, I didn't teach Ice Punch. I'll do that after this fight. Eh, that's fine. I'm just not going to use a potion for Karen. Alright, I will need to teach Ice Punch in the place of Fire Punch. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. Dude, that Umbreon has not once been infatuated this entire stream. Okay, there we go. Oh no, main look. Okay, I really hate her now. I can't do it. Reset. Dude, seriously. Okay. I should be good. Yeah, the win at that point would have been a crit, yeah. Alright. Second try Karen. Pretty good. Alright, so this will be my final set, except before red, I will need to teach Dynamic Punch over Ice Punch. You know what's funny? I'm doing 2 playthroughs with Kadabra, and I've had some other random streams earlier in the year that were longer than this, and that was for 1 playthrough. Yeah, the Snorlax does require luck, but at least we can get to the Snorlax consistently. Actually, wait. Do we know the location of one more protein? In Kanto? Dude, the guy called me in the same city last time. Dang it. Yeah, I actually did know that. I actually did know that that Sailor heals you. I've had it happen in randomizers before, where I was too underleveled, and you don't actually have to beat the guy. That was how I found out. There's a protein on Route 25? Oh, I know where that is. That's where Seismic Toss is. The question is, am I going to have room for it? Question, you know how, like, in Gen 3, when you use a protein, if you have, like, 95 attack EVs, it stops you at 100, so you only get half the protein? Does something like that exist in Gen 1? Or if I use the protein, will I get the entire 2,560? I wouldn't bother? Yeah, it probably wouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah, it wouldn't make a difference. Yeah, one-off vitamins are never really useful. The only time a one-off vitamin will actually be good is probably speed. Dang it. Same lady. Also, fun fact, the second spinner in here is actually slightly better to encounter because her two Pokemon have shorter cries. So if you were forced to encounter one of them, preferably you'd want the second one. But obviously, in an ideal scenario, you don't want to encounter either of them. Attacks is low enough that it'll have more of an impact than most vitamins. So are you saying I should get the vitamin? I'm confused. Still not worth it? Okay. You know, fun fact, where Thunder Wave was in Gen 1, in Gen 2, there's a hidden item there. Want to take a guess what it is? A potion. Just a regular ass potion. It'll improve the damage more than usual. Yeah, but what I'm thinking is, could it improve the chances of three-shotting the Snorlax? Because I think you said at level 70 it was going to be like a 13% chance to three-hit. Could the extra protein make a difference? Oh wait, it doesn't matter. Look at my stats. I just went over the threshold. So you know what? It actually doesn't matter. I can't use the protein. Yeah, it definitely looks like in my runs, I'm never going to get sub-hour with anything, just because I will always have spinners in the random encounters. Oh yeah, true, good point, if it hits itself at least once. Yeah, but the thing is, for the Snorlax, I don't want to spam Dynamic Punch, though. I want to use Attract, Dynamic Punch, then spam Psychic. That's what I want. But then if it gets off Amnesia, I'll switch to Dynamic Punch. Could get sub-hour Mewtwo? Maybe. Yeah, my movement skill, I do believe my movement skill is very good, but Ike is just on a whole nother level when it comes to overworld movement. He is so good at overworld movement. Like, no matter what I try, I can never catch up to him. Like, I've always told him, if all of us have a run with 0 resets, an essentially perfect run, he will win every single time. The only way that, like, I can beat him is if he gets more resets. That's essentially it. Oh yeah, he's really good. Especially at, like, blind playthroughs. Like, all those backports, like, none of us played them ahead of time. He literally gets the ROM, like, 10 minutes before stream starts. Funnily enough, when he started doing them with us, he wasn't good at Crystal. So that was honestly our best chances to get better than him. Yeah, he doesn't route things either. It makes it more impressive. Oh my god, get out of the way. Then again, I can usually compete fair with him, but at the same time, during those first playthroughs of the backports, I usually like to experiment with Red, like, can I get away with no candies and stuff like that? It's kind of the reason why he'll pretty much always beat me in first playthroughs, because I like to test things. At some point, we need to get, like, a race between, like, Ike the Killer and Austin, see who wins. It's like that meme, finally a worthy opponent, our battle will be legendary. Alright, so I am going to run out of psychics, but that's fine. There's an elixir coming up. Oh, that Onyx still has bide. Fun fact for you. What do you honestly think about the Mew race? Am I the only one who thought it was weird the live tournament was never mentioned again? I think Scott was going to mention that when the race came out. I think he would have... I think he's making the announcement during the video. That's my theory. But I do wish... I actually, Matt, I agree with you on everything you said in that rant. And I did look up in the Discord that specific conversation you had with someone else, because you somewhat mentioned it in a comment. Oh my god. Ugh. But yeah, I actually did tell people, if Scott ever does another race like that, I'm probably not going to participate. Unless it's like in a different game. Just the fact that like all the RNG is modded out, and it's essentially a skill of like who has better overworld movement. And like the horrible Brock splits. The race is only fun for the first 2 days. Like, that Mew race lasted 2 weeks. I think it should have only lasted 1. Nice crit. Alright, so I should have level 67 after this, so I will need the Mount Silver candy. Yep. Seriously? Good thing I'm not a physical attacker. Oh my god, dude, you are not stalling me to death. No, don't you dare. Oh my... Dude, that was insane. Burn me with flamethrower, spam full restores, and kill me with extreme speed. That is a very rare death. That is not a death you really have to think about. Smash Math, I don't want anyone unironically saying that meme, otherwise you're getting banned. I hate it that much. It was just a warning. Maybe you should have used Thunder Punch? Why? Like, Psychic would have been better. Oh, you're saying, like, to avoid the full restore? That probably would have been a better idea. But to be fair, how could I predict a burn into full restore spamming? Dude, I can say the number because that's literally the level I am. I hate the... like, I think whoever made that a meme needs to be kicked off the internet. I swear to God. Now it's like I can't just say the number when referencing things anymore. Because someone's going to like, oh, you said the funny number. Damn it. I lost to the final edge. I pray I get 9th place. Yep, lost to the final boss, the ledge. And I don't have a repel. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, I know, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, someone in my... I think it was Smash Math in one of my previous streams was I was asking, like, what the base power was of return with my current friendship stat. I forgot to teach Dynamic Punch. And he told me that return had an effective power of 67, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the math right now, and if you're saying that just to be funny, you're banned. And oh, it was you, N1? Okay, yeah. Then I did the math, you happen to be correct, and I apologized. Literally, I'm just mad at people. Like, can't memes be funny, or at least have some sort of funny meaning? There's no funny meaning to that. Yeah, oh my god, that did, like, nothing. Oh, the reflect was up, that's why. Oh, oh my god. That was lucky. Well then. Blastoise is probably going to use Rain Dance again. Yep. Yep, we still win. Okay, that was insane. 104.37. 3 resets. Level 71. Game time of 4:06. That's better. I'm going to quickly put this on the leaderboard because I have something I need to do. Three minutes and 6 seconds faster. Sharing it on the Discord? Yeah, thank you. And as a heads up, guys, whenever I do a stream or like a video of a solo run, if any of you guys are in Scott's solo running Discord, you don't have to ask me for permission like, hey, can I put this in the server and make a little forum post about it? Go ahead, don't ask me. If anything, it saves me from having to do it. Check this out. Look at that. I think the only Pokemon that's going to beat that is probably like Alakazam or Mewtwo. Mewtwo could probably get sub-hour. Alakazam would have Alakazam would have to do the exact same strat as Kadabra, but it would have better ranges on things. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. I don't remember what the video is for tomorrow, but the schedule's on the community post. You can look it up. Anyway.